title, self-care. 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 What is self-care? According to Oxford Dictionary, self-care is the practice of taking action to improve or preserve one's own health. I know a lot of us that are burden bearers. We as parents, we want to take care of our kids. As partners, we want to be there for our, significant others. As friends, we want to be there for our friends. As co-workers, we want to be that person that is the best team player. But what about you? If you don't take care of yourself, you are going to burn out. There's an adage that says you cannot drop from an empty cup. You want to fill others. But how good are you feeling yourself? How good are you feeling yourself? How good are you at filling up your cup? Do you pause to say, I need to rest? For most mothers, when we get home, we're like looking at the house. Oh, here is not as clean as I want it to be. Or, oh my God, the kids are, a mess right now. They've turned the place upside down, forgetting you're just coming back from a 12-hour shift, forgetting you've driven all night. Maybe you just came in, or you've flown all night. And you're just coming back home, and you're like, oh my God, I have to clean the house. It has to be perfect. Forgetting that you've used your body so much that you're about to break. Remember, if you go down, maybe with a sickness, and you can't do anything, life will continue. The people that you have been, sacrificing so much for, yes, they will miss you, they will cry, they will say nice things about you, but believe me, they will move on. So the challenge today is for you to pause and say, what do I need to do? What have I done today that I could have done better? Have I rested enough today? I always tell my friends, while growing up at the church, they would always tell us, a virtuous woman builds her home. I'm like, yes, what is she going to build the home with? Are the husbands providing what they are supposed to build with, or they are supposed to manufacture what to build with so that they can be called virtuous? We talk about the Proverbs 31 woman. And until later in life, when I was close to 40, I read that Bible passage myself. And it dawned on me that virtuous woman had mates that she delegated work to. I was like, they told us how she woke up early in the morning and she did this and that. Did they tell us what time she went to bed? No, they did not. They kept, giving us a picture of a virtuous woman that did everything. And at the end of the day, in my mind, I was like, and she died miserably. Until the day I read it, I actually sat down to read it myself and shut out all that I had been taught. That was the day I knew she had a lot of mates. That means she had help. She's not a superwoman. She had people that she delegated the works to. She wasn't a wretched person or a poor person, no. She had a lot of resources to work with. I have a friend that will go to bed, her husband would always tell the kids, she would go to bed early. If you need anything from your mom, you better tell her before 6 p.m. Because anytime from 6, she doesn't hear you anymore. Her brain is gone. She wants to sleep. And she personally told me, latest by 7:30, I'm in bed. She gets up every morning by 5:30. If you get to her house at 7 o'clock, most times she's done showering, her house is clean, she'll start breakfast before then, her makeup is done. Imagine a man going to that house early in the morning twice or three times and getting back home to tell the wife, why can't you wake up as early in the morning and be all, dolled up for me like that? My friend's wife. Not knowing my friend actually goes to bed pretty early. If I go to bed that early, I'll be up before 5:30 even. So you see, you are your own definition of a virtuous woman. It is what you call it. To our men, a lot of men are providers. And we appreciate you. But do you take time for yourself? Do you take time for yourself to relax? Do you take time off to go for vacation? Solo vacation. Some men around me are like, I'll never go to any vacation by myself. I'm married. I'm like, okay. Your kids will grow up. They'll go to college. They'll start working, start making their money. And they will start going on vacation. They are not going to do what you did. No one is saying you shouldn't invest in them. Yes, you bear their burden, but what about you? What about you? When was the last time you took a day off to say, I'm shutting down everything, I just want to relax? I just want to rest. I don't want to do anything, I just want to rest. Our chores will always be there. It's never going to finish. As you're doing it, you see something else that you need to fix. So how about first fixing you? Fixing you so that you can be more productive, so that you won't be too tired, so that you can actually be mentally capable of doing way more than you're doing right now. Most of us have the capacity to do way more, but we have overused ourselves. We don't know when to stop. We had a class yesterday and I had to give an example of my late dad. I said the people that we felt loved him so much would stay there and be like, Daddy, pray for me. Daddy, pray for me. Daddy, pray for me. Even when he just came back from like a 3-week revival, 7 days, different cities. Someone that had been gone for 21 days needs to relax. If he hears any church members' voices, he will just jump out of bed. Oh, I have to do the work of my Father. Yes. But when he passed, you know what happened? People moved to the next minister. So as ministers, I'm challenging you to first fix you. Take time off to rest. Go for a walk. Read a book. When you get home, have time with the family. This is actually a topic that I need to take serious. I just started doing something. I realized I don't sleep early. So what can I do to self-care? I started taking nap during the day. Even if it's 1 hour, even if I won't close my eyes, even if my brain does not shut down, I want to be under the duvet, not doing any other thing, just shutting it down. 1 hour. If I could get 2 hours, I would do it. Because it's only after fixing me that I can help fixing others. So what are you going to do? You can go out to the park to walk. Some of us walk at home. You walk at home. So you don't go out to walk, you don't see nature, you don't see beautiful buildings, look at the designs and be like, one day I'll have this money, to buy this kind of a house. I love it. It's different from mine, even though I appreciate mine. For some of us, it is listening to music. I have a friend that told me, and she's a minister, she said, Sanmi, do you know I have disco lights in my office? and I will just play music, and I will shut the main light, and I'll play music, and I will just dance. And you see that she's always very happy because she takes time out to take care of herself. What about saying no to people? Setting boundaries. You know you are exhausted. You need to rest. Someone will send you a message or someone will be calling you. What they are calling you for is what they need. But if you're not there, someone else is going to help them. And you're like, this time is meant for me to sleep. This time is meant for me to watch a movie with my family. This time is my personal time to be in the jacuzzi and just exfoliate. But then you're jumping, oh, these family members, oh, they need me. I need to help them. So now you didn't relax all day. And now your brain is about to shut down because you've done too much. There was a women event a few years ago that I attended. The woman that was invited from out of town said something. She said there was a time in her life that a lot of things was going on, and then she loved to paint. She loves to paint. So a friend now texted her and said, oh, please, I need help painting my house, this and that. And her husband was sick. Her son was, needed her. She had a lot of things at that time. She said she didn't pick the call. She listened to the voice notes, and all she did was text. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, but at this stage of my life and at this very point, I am sorry I'm unable to help. Thank you once again, and God bless you. And I was like, oh my goodness, I love that. And a few times I've used the same line, thanking people for reaching out to me to ask for help, but also restating the fact that as at this stage and season of my life, I am not available to help. Before, I can't even say no to people. I can say no. Even when I had my last son, I have 3 boys. My last son is going to be 11 by month end. A friend was in a situation, and she didn't ask me for help. She only called me. I had my son through CS. My son was like 10 days old or something. And by the time my husband came, he met me putting a 10-day-old baby in the car. And he was like, are you running away? What are you doing? I was like, no, my friend is in a situation. Oh, my God, I need to go help. I said, are you okay? You just had a baby through CS. You're not okay to go out. I said, but my friend, did she ask you to come pick? And it was like almost midnight. I'm glad I did it then, but thinking about it now, that didn't make sense. My friend only asked me for a cab number because she didn't know. And I said, where are you? She didn't even know where she was because she wasn't driving. She was new in town. She wasn't driving. I said, check all the billboards. Check the, signposts. Tell me the names of, organizations or, companies that are around. By the time she told me, oh, Burger King, I saw this, I saw that. I said, that's 98 and Maple. I'll be there. Give me 30 minutes. And I got my baby out of the crib. All I wanted to do was go and save my friend. But do you know anything could have happened to me? Because I was still on, pain pill from the hospital to maintain my own pain. So, yes, as a burden bearer, I didn't think about myself. I didn't think about how my decision at that point could affect my life while behind the wheels, because I wasn't supposed to even drive. But I did. I did it then, but will I do it again? Oh, no. I would have called someone else that, would have been able to help her. But she's a very good person. I'm glad I did it then. But thinking about it now, was that okay? No, because I did not only put my life at risk, I was ready to risk the life of my precious son. And if anything had happened that day, I wouldn't have forgiven myself. So who is to blame? Not my friend. She didn't ask me to come pick her. Me, that did not take self-care seriously. Because if I thought of myself in that situation, is this a wise decision? Yes, my friend needs help. Was she even asking for the help? No, she wasn't asking for the help. I'm glad I did it for her. But right now, it's not a wise decision. It's not something I would advise anybody to do. So, what else are we doing that we need to say no to? No, no, no. Saying no could be what we need to do sometimes and say, thank you for reaching out, but at this time, I won't be able to help. That doesn't seem like what will benefit me because I need to rest. Because if we can't prioritize ourselves and we give everything out to others, we'll get to a point where we burn out and we'll become a mess. For some of us, we're dealing with mental, challenges. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it. But if you need help, seek therapy. It works. At times, what we need to do with the issues we're going through is just talk therapy. For some of us, we don't even have to go, using medication. Talk therapy might work. Have someone you go to that will hold your hands to say, I'm here for you, and you will be better by the time we're done. I believe you. Men, a lot of our men need therapy. They're going through stuff, and they're like, men don't cry. Men are never depressed. Men, and I'm like, excuse me, are men human beings? Because it's okay to sing this song, one day at a time, sweet Jesus is all I'm asking of you. He has given you that one day. What are you doing with the one day? Even God created the heaven and the earth for 6 days. And on the seventh day, he rested. So who is your role model if you're not resting? Who is your role model? You can only give from a full cup. If you are empty because you're not helping yourself, you're not doing the things that you're supposed to do, then you will become a mess. There are people that we've bled on just because we didn't take care of ourselves. Like when I'm stressed and I need to rest, the only way that I would know is my response. Sometimes I'll be like, why did I respond like that? Be like, oh, you're tired. You need to sleep. You just need to sleep. You're not a bad person, but you need to sleep. You're not getting enough rest, and it's affecting everything. God has given us the grace. He has given us the grace. Well, he won't do the things that he knows we can do. He has given us the capacity to do ourselves. We don't need miracles to rest. No. He has given us the brain to know, to listen to our body. Like, listen. Are my eyes clear enough? Are my ears working well? Am I moving rightly? If we're tired, our bodies will show for it. It will tell us, are you listening to your body? What is it saying to you? How are you feeling? No, your partner is not going to know how you're feeling except you tell them. There are things they can see, and by the time they see stuff, believe me, it's actually really bad. That's not, you don't want to get, that's not what you want to happen. You don't want to get to that point where you can't do things by yourself or you have to go in. So there are little things that we can do on a daily basis that will help us to be mentally alert and be able to be more productive. Even at work, some of us will work a whole year and we won't take any day off. That's not how to do it. The vacation is there for you to use. Even if if all you can afford is a staycation. Staycation. Like stay at home, but don't step out of work. Don't go to work for a week. Don't go to work for 3 days. In a year, that's not so bad. You deserve it. God has made you beautiful. But to maintain the beauty, there are things you need to do. There are things you need to do to maintain that beauty. You need to rest. You need to listen to music. You need to say no to people when you know you're tired. You need to say, thank you for reaching out to me. But at this stage of my life, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to help. You can smile while doing it. You can smile while doing it, And then what else? Give, chores to the kids to do. Don't be that mother or that father that will say, oh, they are kids. No, they are not kids. They need to learn. Who is going to teach them? So don't do everything by yourself and let them watch movies or play games. Yes, we know you're hardworking. We know. There's nothing that you need to prove. Take time to rest. Let them do it. They are learning through the process. They are learning through the process. If you come into the house and the house is dirty, tell them, oh, guys, can you please help me do this? Thank you so much. I love my boys. And they'll be like, okay, mommy. And they'll do it. So you can relax. You can shower and then relax. You can relax. What about dieting? For some of us, like me, I've been talking about losing weight for the longest time. I once did keto and I lost like 30 pounds. I remember I met my doctor at Walmart one day. I greeted him, and he's a family friend. I greeted him and walked past him. He just answered like he didn't know me. Then later I was like, Sanmi. I said, sir. He was like, you've lost a lot of weight. What happened? Is it intentional or were you sick? I said it was intentional. He was like, so what did you do? I'm interested. I told him and he was like, that's a good one, but keto is not sustainable. And yes, because I went back and I added the weight. Well, for some of us, I'm talking about weight because some of us, we need to eat healthy. That's also self-care. I attended an event where a doctor was invited and she was talking about a specific type of food I can't remember, but she mentioned something that stuck with me that day. She said, oh, if you tell people, people will tell you, oh, diabetes, I'm diabetic, and you'll be like, why? They'll be like, it runs in the family. She said, it runs in the family because nobody is running away from it. And I was like, what? I like that line. It runs in the family because nobody's running away from it. So there are things we need to run towards. There are things we need to run away from. Run towards prioritizing yourself. Make yourself important too, like you do for others as a burden bearer, whereby you go all out for others. Every day, there should be things that you're doing for yourself to make yourself the better version of what you were yesterday. And there are things you need to run away from. You can remove and replace. If it is you're spending so much time on the internet and it's taking, it's taken away from the time you're supposed to use to relax, remove that or reduce and replace. Replace with what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Thank you for joining me on this show today. This is Real Conversation with Sanmi. The email address, if you have any topic that you want us to talk about, is realconversationwithsanmi@gmail.com. I hope to see you again, next time. I'm your girl, Sanmi. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, is all I'm asking of you. Just give me the strength to do everything that I have to do. Yesterday is gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Tomorrow may never be mine. So today is the time. Today is the time. Just give me the strength. Show me the way. One day at a time. One day at a time. Sweet Jesus is all I'm asking of you. Just give me the strength to do everything that I have to do. Yesterday is gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine.